מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. Thank you, Paul, for this introduction. Great job. And so we continue now in our prayer books on page 120 with lighting of Shabbat candles, page 120, or page 10. Actually, I saw in the link that I sent, I think it's page 20, page 10 in the virtual prayer book. So it's page 10 in the virtual prayer books. I'm going to lower my camera so you can all see the Shabbat. Oh, here we go. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Let me put this aside. Page 126 or page 8. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work, to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. And we continue with welcoming Shabbat by singing Chadodi on page 138. And Chadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela l'chal Chadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela l'chadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela l'chal Chadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, ישמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם לתפארת ולתהילה לחדודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לחדודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכוון אלך, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבתי לך דודי, לקראת
ונפני שבת נקבלה, לך לך דודי לקראת קלה, ונפני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי בורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי אשר דברי, כבוד אדוני אלייך נגלה לך דודי, נקרא לקראת קלה, ונפני שבת נקבלה. לך לך דודי לקראת קלה, ונפני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום מטר בלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני ים סגולה. בואי חלה לך דודי, נקרא לקראת קלה, ונפני שבת נקבלה. לך לך דודי לקראת קלה, ונפני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ונפני שבת נקבלה. לך לך דודי לקראת קלה, ונפני שבת נקבלה.
And we continue with Chatzah on page 144.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה אמן, ועלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון ובימיכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם לעלמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתעשה, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי קודשה בריחו, לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא, ואמרו Amen.
And now it is my pleasure to call up Andrew to lead us in Baruch on page 146.
Baruch Adonai Hamevorah. Baruch Adonai Hamevorah Le'olam Va'ed.
Awesome job. Can you also read the English?
Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever.
Very nice. And now we're going to sing it.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach, hamevorach leolam va'ed. Hamevorach, hamevorach leolam va'ed.
And we continue on page 144. We ask Eli to read Ma'ariv Aravim on page 148.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim. B'chokhmah poteach she'arim uvitvuna mishaneh itim. Umachlif et hazmanim sader et hakochvim b'mish mirotehem barakia kirtsono borei yom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech v'chosech mipnei or uma'avir yom umevi laila umavdil bein yom uvein laila Adonai Sifaot Shemo El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim.
Excellent job. That was beautiful. And now we continue with Ahavat Olam on page 150.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת עמך אהבת תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נעשה בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה נהגה יומם ולילה באהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל אוהב עמו ישראל.
And we turn to Shema on the next page.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
And we continue with the Hafta. It is a pleasure to invite Violet to chant it on page 154.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וכשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לשותפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Violet, can I stop for 1 second? I don't see your picture, and everyone is so enjoying you chanting. Maybe if you turn it off, it's blacked out.
Tilt your screen down.
Oh, there you go. Okay, let me add you to the spotlight so everyone can see you. Here we go. All right, now from Liman. You were doing such a great job.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות להם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Nice job. Now lift up your head. Let us see your beautiful smile. There you go. All right. Very nice job. And we'll continue with Micha Mocha on page 158.
Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot osef ele, Nora tehilot osef ele, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקר ים לפני משה ומרים, זה לי ענו ואמרו, זה לי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
And we read on page 160. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, O guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. And we'll continue with the joyful Yismechu, rejoicing in the observing Shabbat, rejoicing in all of the wonders that this day of rest can give us. Page 162.
ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת, שומרי שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, וקורא עונג, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת,
שומרי שבת.
ישמחו במלכותך, וקורא עונג, המקדשי שביעי, כולם ישביעו, ויתענגו מטובך, והשבי רצית בו, וקידשתו. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת,
שומרי שבת.
ישמחו במלכותך, וקורא עונג, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת,
שומרי שבת.
ישמחו במלכותך, וקורא עונג, חמדת ימים קראת, זכר למעשה, זכר למעשה בראשית. חמדת ימים קראת, זכר למעשה, זכר למעשה בראשית.
Everyone clap with me, even though I can't hear you.
ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת,
שומרי שבת.
ישמחו במלכותך, וקורא עונג, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת,
שומרי שבת.
ישמחו במלכותך, וקורא עונג.
And we'll continue with Amidah on page 164. It is a pleasure to invite Logan and Jeremy to lead in Amidah. If I can find you guys. Logan, can you turn your camera on? Oh, there you go. Go ahead.
Adonai, Sefer Takifon, Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagivor v'Chanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Hastei Avot v'Imalchot, Umevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer, Umashia Umagin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah.
And Jeremy will continue with Givorot. Logan, that was awesome. Good job.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מהקל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים. ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מחמוך ועל גבורות ומיתו מלך ממית ומהיים ומצמיע ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל.
Good job, Jeremy. Give us a big smile. Big smile. High five. Nice. I just realized that I made a boo-boo. I have to go back because Lulu didn't get her turn to read the translation of the Hafta on page 155. So Lulu, if you're still there, can you turn on your camera and read for us this page 155?
Okay. Love your God with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the words of your hands. Keep them in the forefront. Don't leave them at the doorway of your house or outside. They are reminders to do all mitzvot so that you fully forgot. I'm Adonai. I led you out of Egypt. I'm your God. I'm Adonai, God.
And Lulu, I was trying to find you in my screen and I can't because we want to see your face also. Oh, there you are. Here we go. Hold on. Let me put the spotlight on you. Good job.
Hello.
Yay. Sorry, I kind of skipped your page, but I'm glad that Mora Okrent, Alisa Okrent reminded me. So I'm happy that we went back. Nice job. And you just recently celebrated your brother's bar mitzvah, right? He was awesome. Are you looking forward to yours?
Yeah.
Good. That's the answer I was hoping to.
Yes.
Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, we're continuing now back on page 170. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע. Oh, sorry. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, הקדושים בכל יום יהללו חסר, ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. And on the next page I read, may these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat, which means praise to you, Lord our God, sovereign of the universe, who makes this Sabbath holy. And we continue with a prayer of thanksgiving on page 176. We acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai our God and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you, for our lives are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for our miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one, whose mercies never end, compassionate one, whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shemcha, u'lechana lehodot. Praise to you, Lord our God, as Redeemer and Helper. Let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, our God, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. And we continue with Shalom Rab on page 178.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, tasim leoram, Shalom תשים, תשים לעולם, כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום, כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים, תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים, תשים לעולם. תשים, תשים לעולם.
And while we pause for silent meditation, I would ask our wonderful Paul Carroll to play some melody. Thank you, Paul. That was beautiful. And we continue with Oseh Shalom on page 180.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן.
Everyone clap with me.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו amen.
And before we continue with our birthdays and anniversaries, blessings, we have a very important part in today's service because we have several wonderful young people receiving their Siddur, their prayer book, for the first time. And so I would like to invite, well, virtually, you're here, of course, but nevertheless to announce those who will receive their Siddurim. It will be Logan Lopez with Hebrew name Abraham, Serena Lochner, who is Sarah in Hebrew, and Trevor Lochner Mordechai, Gavin Greenberg, the Hebrew name Glock, Mason Blair, Hebrew name Asher, and Locke Winger, whose name is Abraham. And now I would love to give word to Mrs. Okren to present the Sidurim.
Hi. Oh, so okay. So where is everybody? So Sunday we did give everybody. I gave them their Sidurim. I'm so proud of them, and it's a big Shehechianu that we can all share together as our students formally get to use our Sidurim as they continue to learn Hebrew prayers and more about their Jewish heritage. So with that,
All the kids who have their Sidurim, who have their prayer books, why don't you guys show us, everyone who is receiving a prayer book, hold it up so we can see.
Guys, I can't see any of them.
And then I'll go through gallery. Everyone, hold it.
Nice. Okay.
I'm going to go through all my participants here. Wait, keep holding it. Beautiful covers. Nice job, everybody. What a simcha to our community.
Great. Absolutely.
Wonderful job, guys. And okay, do we have anything that the kids will say?
The Shehechianu?
Yes, Shehechianu would be great. So normally if this would have taken place in the sanctuary, right? If you may remember, we would have a big talit, big talis that will be held by 4 tall people. I'm not saying men, because we have some tall women, including Miss Okrit, and she usually participates in holding the talit and doing a great job with that. So normally I would have you all guys standing under this talit, and I will pronounce the Birkat Kohanim, the 3 benedictions of the priests, right? So I would do that right now. And I would put my hands just like that, just like the Kohanim would, yep. And I would ask parents of our receivers of the prayer book, all the grandparents and parents of receivers of the prayer book, make your hands just so. Let me see. All the parents, show me your hands. Parents and grandparents, show me your hands, just like that.
There we go.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God shine the light upon you. May God always protect you. May God always send you peace. And we join in, well, of course, still muted, in Siman Tov Mazel Tov, because it is quite a great occasion. So we're going to sing that. Siman Tov. Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Elanu, 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 Ulechol Am Yisrael, Elanu, Elanu, Ulechol Am Yisrael, Elanu, Elanu, Ulechol Am Yisrael, Elanu, Elanu, Ulechol Am Yisrael. Wow, I can feel the heat of the simcha, of the happy occasion coming from the screen from all of you. And of course, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'giyanu k'imanu lazman hazeh. Praise to you, Lord, our God, sovereign of the universe, who had sustained us and brought us to this wonderful and happy occasion. Amen. And now, of course, all of you waiting for this moment, the congratulations for your birthdays. And we have quite a few birthdays in March. So if you have your birthday in March, please put your name in the chat. Also, you can tell us if you want how old you're turning. If you don't want to, you don't have to share. So, Miss Olsen is turning 50. She's turning 53. Okay, I'm like, should I say it or not? Okay, that's a good age. That's perfect age. Benjamin Greenberg is turning 7. Jackie Greenberg not telling us. Okay, I'm not going to ask. Robin Fox turns 32 on March 9th. Wow, so many birthdays. It's not going to be easy for me. I'm going to try, of course, to call up my daughter, Emily. I doubt she's gonna come. Emily, can you come over for a sec? Because we're doing the birthday blessings. She's turning 17. She's getting her license on Monday. She's turning 17 on Sunday. And guess what she's doing in the morning? Miss Oakham, you want to tell everyone what Emily is going to do in the morning of this Sunday morning? Well,
Yeah, she's helping our students.
there she's going to help students in religious school on her birthday. Here's
Hey, I didn't know it was your birthday. Okay.
That's all right. I didn't want to tell you. So we actually have quite a few, not only in March, we have 3 congregants who who have birthday on March 7th, the same day. So Emily, you shared quite a few birthdays with you. So to everybody, I hope I didn't miss anyone. So everyone is here and watching. I think Robin is watching us too. So all of you have birthdays in the wonderful month of March, because it's finally the hope of the coming spring. We can't wait, right, everybody? And so we're going to sing Yom Holedet Sameach and happy birthday. Yom Holedet Sameach, Yom Holedet Sameach, Yom Holedet Sameach, Yom Holedet Sameach. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
It's on my birthday yet?
Well,
Thank
almost.
you.
Yes, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Well, that was a miracle. And now we have at least one couple that we identified in the temple that has an anniversary, but I'm not sure if they're on the service today. I tried to call, so I don't think. But if anyone else is celebrating anniversary in March, please identify yourself so we can wish you Mazal Tov. Oh, well, I guess no one. We'll have to wait till April. All right, and now it is my pleasure, and I'm really excited about the speaker for tonight. The whole family, Greenberg family here, they were watching and participating actively in the service. So I invited Jackie Greenberg to talk about her family and her, specifically her son, wonderful son, whose name is Henry. Now, Jackie, would you like for me to start with the video, or do you want me to show the video later?
I was going to speak first and then have you show the video, but you can show it, right? Right, you have it?
I have it to after you. It's up to you.
Yeah, after.
After, perfect.
Okay. So I wrote a little something, just a little bit easier than winging it. So with children hanging off me. Thank you for asking me to speak. Like Rabbi said, my name is Jackie Greenberg. I have 3 children. Elizabeth is 10 and has been attending the classes at Temple Shalom since she was in preschool. And Henry over here is 8 and Benji will be 7 this month. I'm here to talk about Henry and how he's a little bit different. Henry here has cerebral palsy, which means that he has difficulty when he tries to move his body. His brain doesn't make the connections to tell his body how to move the way he wants. So sometimes he needs some help. Henry was born this way because I caught a virus when I was pregnant that affected his growth and development. Despite all of Henry's challenges, he has happily participated in hundreds of hours of physical therapy, and he's gotten stronger and gained better control over his muscles.
This year, he became strong enough to stand and take supported steps, so we're really excited about that. He still needs a lot of help to do things that he wants to do, but it doesn't mean that Henry doesn't want to do the same things as the rest of us. He participates and does everything with us. We always find ways to include him in our activities, and we either figure it out as a family, or sometimes the kids just figure it out on their own without us helping them. We've learned over the years that if you think hard enough, there's always a way to make accommodations to include everybody, right? So for example, Henry loves to play basketball. He raises his arms. He uses a wheelchair, but he raises his arms to catch the ball, and then he lets it roll down his legs when he wants to pass it. This is something new that we figured out over the past year, so we love to play basketball with him. Henry also loves to swim, read books, go for walks, watch TV, and play with his puppy. Henry's learning to use an eye gaze program to talk, so you'll see a little bit more of that in the video. He looks at a computer screen, and when he holds his gaze at one of the squares for a long enough time, the computer says what he's trying to say. So for example, when he wants to watch TV, which is very often, he looks at the TV button and the computer says TV out loud. So we don't always carry that device with us. So Henry's very expressive with his eyes and his body language, so it's pretty easy for us to figure out what he wants without using his computer. Sometimes we give him choices by holding up two of our hands. So we'll say, you know, do you want TV or to read a book? And then he'll look at which one he wants. Henry's usually shy around people he doesn't know. He can't, you know, imagine you're him, he can't yell or run away. So sometimes if somebody comes up to him and talks to him, he'll put his head down or he'll ignore them, but it doesn't mean that he isn't interested, and it doesn't mean he doesn't understand. After spending time with someone and becoming more comfortable, Henry usually warms up and engages just like he does with us at home. So the best way to talk with Henry and include him is just to treat him like you would anybody else. Say hi, chat with him. If he doesn't respond right away or he looks away, like he's listening and he understands, don't feel uncomfortable. Just try again next time, and eventually he'll get familiar with you and he'll warm up to you. So my daughter made a video about Henry a couple of years ago. I think when you were 8, she made this video. It does a really good job of summarizing what I just said, minus the basketball, because that's a newer skill. And I think Rabbi Ina is going to show that now. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me.
And Jackie, is it okay while we watch this video, if people put some questions in the chat? Would it be okay with you? And
Sure.
by the way, not all of you could see because Josh is sitting behind Henry, but he was so animated when you talked. I think the most animated I've ever seen him. He smiled and just waved his hands.
Well, that's what it is. People, you know, when he's around people he doesn't know, he's shy, but he knows, you know, you should see him when his physical therapist comes over. I mean, he is, you know, very animated and engaged, and he works very hard. It's just like, imagine if you couldn't move your body or yell or run away, what would you do, right? He kind of like does what he can. He'll put his head down, or he gets shy, or he just kind of looks away and ignores you, but he's listening. And the more times he sees somebody, the more comfortable he gets and the more engaged he'll get. Maybe the sooner he'll respond sooner. You know, he has trouble just moving in general. So it doesn't mean that he doesn't want to do everything that we do. So I think Elizabeth's video does a really great job of showing. I mean, he goes to school just like everybody else. He goes to a different school, but you know, he has gym class, and he does all the same types of things that everybody else does, just in a little bit of a different way.
And I know that he recently got a puppy, but Puppy is not in the video since
Puppy's not in the video because the video is a couple years old now, and we got the puppy in October. She's whining in the background.
but I've seen the photos of Henry with Puppy, and those are also amazing. So I'm going to share the screen now, and I will all see this. Oh, sorry. Here we go.
years ago, my mom caught a virus. It's gone now, but when Henry was born, it affected his brain. Our brain sends messages to our body very quickly. Henry's brain and his messages were sent a little slower than normal. That made him unable to walk, talk, or move the way we do. Most people think Henry can't do anything, like have gym class or go surfing, but actually, Henry's accomplished both of those things. And much more than that. We're getting a system that allows Henry to use his eyes to press buttons on a computer to talk. Henry goes to a special school called PG Chambers with special buses with ramps so that they can just push the wheelchairs in. Henry has gone many places with us. He's been to DC, he has been to Vermont, he has been to Florida. Every year we go to Pennsylvania for the flower show. We go to the beach with him and go to parks. Henry loves playgrounds. And for Halloween, Henry was Harry Potter. We grew a gigantic garden. We have a special car. He can show how much he loves somebody by writing a note or drawing a picture. He can write you a note that makes you laugh. Dear Elizabeth, I got to pick someone to make a piano for. I picked you. I picked out 3 colors and used a switch with my scissors to cut it out. Miss Keat has me making choices of sentences to write for this letter also. You better like my picture. Your number 1 brother, Henry. He can also give you ideas for a job you want when you get older. People think his disability makes him not be like a normal kid, but actually, he doesn't like to go to bed, but he likes to watch TV just like normal kids, and he likes to read bedtime stories before he goes to bed. Henry has a wonderful smile, and he always smiles for the camera. And he also loves to swim, but sometimes gets a little cold. Sometimes you have to know what to say when people come up to you and say, why is he like that? Once I went to a party and several boys just kept asking me questions about Henry. I just told them that I kept having to explain that no, he can't walk or talk, but yes, he does go to gym class. A lot of people misjudge Henry, but there's a big team in the world that knows how Henry is. They understand what it's like, and they help us. PG Chambers helped us adjust the chairs so it fit Henry nicely. Even though Henry has a disability, he really is an amazing kid.
Wow.
Did you have forks or knives in the old days?
Forks and knives.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Let
sure.
me stop this. Sorry. Let me stop this. Okay, there we go. Elizabeth, thank you so much for this video.
Welcome.
It was amazing. So let me see in the chat box if anyone has questions for Jackie. Well, Jackie, thank you so much for letting us a little bit into your life. And Elizabeth, also thank you for that. And same with Benjamin. You guys are an amazing family. I'm friends with Jackie on Facebook, and I think you are doing more activities than any other family. I mean, definitely more than us. You guys are constantly on the go, which is, it shows how all of you are just so great together and always hugging, always holding each other's hands, just like now. Elizabeth is holding Ben's hand. You're truly an amazing family. It's such an inspiration. So we have from Amy, thank you so much for sharing a wonderful video from Ben and Judy. Thank you so much for sharing your story. From Amy Olson, from Danny Maragon. Great to learn more about your family. Thanks for sharing. So I think that when COVID, well, COVID is not going to end. But when the whole quarantine, right, when we all get vaccinated and when we can all come back to somewhat normalcy, I can't wait for all of you to meet Henry and to spend some time with him. And I think from now on, Henry will have the spotlight, just like right now, you guys have the spotlight on your computer on the Greenberg family. I think that Henry will have the spotlight. And I learned that sometimes he gets a little bit not upset, but like he would like to be in the spotlight too, right? Not only in the background. So Henry, today is your day. Good job.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, everybody wants to be included, right? So
absolutely,
like everybody else.
Absolutely. And so we will do a better job now. But I remember from that time that we had, Henry always loves to participate and loves to smile, and he would always take part in all the activities. So this is really great. Again, thank you so much. I know it's not easy sometimes to show, and we were like debating whether or not Henry will be in the camera, but at the end we have the whole family. So it's such a treat. Thank you guys so much for
having us share our story. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. All right, we're continuing now with our service. And we turn to page 586 for Aleinu. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשינו כגויי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו בהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו and I placed in a different order today, but we still have to, of course, say the prayer for all those who are sick. And so I would like to ask you to turn to page 371. משברך אבותינו ואמותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך את החולים. הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא רחמים עליהם, להחלימם ולרפואתם ולהחזיקם, וישלח להם מהרה רפואה שלמה מן השמיים, רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף, השתה בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ונאמר אמן. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. And while I read the names of people who have been entered to our communal Mishaberach, please don't hesitate to also send me the name of your loved one in the chat box or via text. Yuri Warovsky, Mary Eliyahu ben Mordechai, Hannah Kornblum, Jill Babali, Eric Schwartzman, Mark Lipovich, Kayla Segelstein, Karen Shapiro, Yitzhak Mordechai ben Lev Bela, Alp Talis, Jeffrey Schild, Carmen Cervantes, Larry Riga, Miriam Bat Avram Vedivora, Sharon Seligson, Sarah Bat Chana, David Becker, Sarah Leah Bat Etta, Stanley Rubenstein, Diana Landau, Michael Vogel, Sarita Felder, David Horowitz, Gabby Bobrick, Steve Fleischsing, Jeff Lampert, Herb Dubin, Zalman Ben Clara, Nathan Goldsmith, Lori Kurtmansky, Marian Fleischner, Gina Connor, Jerry Friedman, Susan Litt, Joyce Chaburi, Shirley Duffy, Bella Shepsman, Cedric Hill, Yosef Ben Menashe Devora, Shana Bat Moshe, Phyllis Feather, Leonard Feather, Shmuel Velvel, Ian Astor, Dorothy Fast, Miriam Batella, Sally Glick, Elizabeth Brezhnik-Hand, Josefa Tzvia Bat Meir Hirsch, Jay Colson, Chaim Shmuel Ben Danit Tova Ben Adar, Wendy Brenner, Stephen Brundage, Gadol Aryeh Ben Yitzhak Eliezer Ben Masha, Peter Samuelson Jensen, Erika Liefline, Esther Sara Bat Shifla Henya, Sharon Blackman, Elginan Hill, Israel Bat Shimon Avram Ve'Yechevet Bela, Frida Greenman, Maribel Leigh Gilbert, Barbara Hawthorne, Evelyn Weiss, Eva Hannah Bat Label, Artie Butler, Seraphine Lamb, Bruce Harrison, and Jason Apter. Mary Pecker, Jennifer Dranoff, Elaine Dulles, Taylor Olson, and Ralph Cutler. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And together, let us say Amen. מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And speaking of health, I want to thank our congregant, Alisa Color. I think I pronounced her last name correctly, but I don't think she is on the call. She absolutely told me not to thank her publicly, but I really would like to, because she's done a great job. You've seen me send out a couple of days ago the email that she's willing to help schedule an appointment for the vaccine for those who are 65 and up. And I checked with her today. She was able to schedule a vaccination for 4 people in our congregation, and 2 reached out to her that they want to help her. So that's really an amazing job. So just again, so you know, we have a person who is very capable of doing it, and she scheduled them like within literally just few days. So and once, you know, things open up to her younger people, I think that she'll continue to do this wonderful, noble job and provide people with so much needed vaccine. I've received mine on Tuesday, so I see a lot of people also who already had theirs, even 2 rounds already, so good job with that. I think that, you know, with all of us vaccinated, we finally can get back to normal quite soon. Yet, unfortunately, there were so many among us who did not or would not live to see this wonderful day. And so we've received a beautiful prayer as the COVID-19 death toll mounts from the Union of Reform Judaism that I would like to read for you. God of consolation, surely you count in heaven just as we count here on earth. In shock and in sorrow, the souls sent back to you one by one, the dead from the COVID pandemic, as the ones become tens, the tens become hundreds, the hundreds become thousands, the thousands become 10,000s, and then 100,000s, each soul a heartbreak, each soul a life denied. God of wisdom, surely in the halls of divine justice, you are assembling the courts, calling witnesses to testify, to proclaim the compassion of some and the callousness of others, as we've struggled to cope, the souls taken too soon, whose funerals were lonely, who didn't need to die, who died alone, will tell their stories when you judge our triumphs and our failures in these hours of need. God of healing, an end to this pandemic and all illness and disease. Bless those who stand in service to humanity. Bless those who grieve. Bless the dead, so that their souls are bound up in the bond of life eternal, and grant those still afflicted with disease or trauma a completed and lasting healing one by one until suffering ceases and we can stop counting the dead in heaven and on earth. We now turn to page 597. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. And while I will read the names of the loved ones from our community whose yortsites fall on this Shabbat, please enter the names of your family members or friends whom you would like to add to the Kaddish list today. So I'm just waiting for the page to load. We remember Jack Rosenberg, Samuel Ptalis, Jacob Rappaport, Henry Strauss, Gerald Spiegelman, Rose Mandel, Ida Cranheim, John Cleary, Philip Gold, Sinclair Rosen, Ben Sinaway, Jerry Socher, Raymond Seiden, Samuel Friendlich, Jacob Priborkin, David Regenstein, Rose Wagner, Michael Lewin, Rita Cohen, Bess Wise, and Jewish fallen soldier Private First Class Ralph Jacobs. We also mourn those who had passed this year: Norman Barron, Edith Katchen, Leonard Weinstein, Rose Regenstein, Phyllis Patashny, Louis White, Stan Samuelson, Louis Sorrell, Leonid Lidansky, Martin Kranzbaum, Amani Kildea, Barbara Dubin, Marilyn Davidson, Shmuel Friedman, Joan Barron, Phyllis Vogel, Joe Ungerleider, Eva Solich, Barry Lakind, Rose Shapiro, Fred Furtick, Bernard Horowitz, Sandy Lehman, Sharon Koenig, Dr. Michael Raskin, Ann Gontarski, Morton Preffer, Irv Budnick, and from the period of Shloshim, Bruce Seidman. Morton Preffer. We rise for Kaddish, page 598. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, אמן. בעלמא תברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומייכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמי, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, and together let us say amen. You may be seated. And I want to thank Mora Amy Olson and Mora Okrand Alisa Okrent, our director of religious school, for preparing so beautifully the kids for the services. You all did a terrific job. I'm so proud of you. Wonderful. We have a great religious school and great, great teachers. So we should be all proud. And now page 123, Kiddush. Do we have any parents perhaps that would like to lead us in the Kiddush? It's impromptu, so no pressure, but, or not parents, anyone would like to lead the Kiddush? Help me out. All right, I guess I'll just do it. I'm sure that someone will volunteer for the Motze. All right, meanwhile, while I'm chanting the Kiddush, maybe somebody can think of leading in the Motze. Unfortunately, it can be only one person. Otherwise, it'll be like a lot of noise on Zoom, so. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'retzavanu v'shabbat kodesho b'ahava u'b'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh b'reishit ki hu yom tehila l'mikrei kodesh זכר לציית מצרים, כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen. Do I have anyone for Motze? I wish I could have all sixth graders do it all together. How about, oh, okay, done fast. Very good.
I may not be a parent for kids here, but I am a parent. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Nice job, Dan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to conclude with Adon Olam, page 625, unless Ms. Okran, do you have any other announcements? No. Okay, so we'll continue.
I don't.
Okay, so then we'll finish with, I just didn't want to miss anything. So we will finish with Adon Olam, and then we'll wish each other Shabbat Shalom. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem kol Yetzer Nivra, Le'et Nasa B'chefetz kol, Azay Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam. ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא אדון עולם, והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם. אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יצר נברא, לעת נשא בחפצו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם. Skipping to last one. בידו תדרוכי ותשן ואירא אדון עולם, ואמרוכי גבייתי אדוני לי ולא אירא אדון עולם. אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יצר נברא, לעת נשא בחפצו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם. Henry, we're still your puppy. So cute. Lucky you. Bye, Henry. Bye, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Have a wonderful week. And I can't wait to see you next Friday, for a certain reason also. Not just because I also want to. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.